Yeah, this is gonna take a while. I bought a lot of anime and manga this month. So let's go to it. Here's what I actually got. Rune Soldier, a completely overlooked goofy fantasy anime from about 2001. It was brought over here in the mid-2000s, and everyone completely forgot about it. But I think it's actually fun, and this is part of my project to actually watch all the DVDs I bought. So I went back and discovered there were a couple of volumes I didn't actually get. So I got through the stuff that I bought already, and now I can finish that up. Also a classic, Dirty Pair, or that wasn't a classic, this is a classic. Dirty Pair, the original OVA, so I now can finally get through that classic of anime, you know, two awesome girls with guns. Can't go wrong with that. Speaking of action, Gao Gaigar, the complete Sunrise Super Robot Show. Watch the first episode of this. It's completely over the top, goofy, giant robot fun. Can't complain there. And it has been considered sort of a classic. And Sengoku Basara, I just love this thing, and I'm looking forward to getting all the way through it. Both seasons on Blu-ray and DVD, and for pretty darn good prices. All this stuff was pretty cheap, actually. So one nice thing about this is when you get Sengoku Basara, you get it on Blu-ray and DVD. So boom, there you go. So all good there. K-On! I watched it all the way through, so I should buy a copy, so I did. And I enjoy K-On! F A Tale of Melodies. I watched A Tale of Memories and bought it a while ago. Never got through Melodies, and it turns out Memories is an adaptation of the first half of the original visual novel this is based on, and this is the adaptation of the other half. So looking forward to figuring out and seeing where other things go. Redline, I reviewed it, duh. And there are actually a few other things that are still coming that are back-ordered, so those will be coming in May, I guess. Moving on to manga, I'm only halfway through. 7 Billion Needles, only 5-volume manga story here, I believe. Actually based on a classic science fiction story by Stanislaw Lem, I believe. And I love the art style and just the very intense, way that it's done. It's a solid little read, kind of like the way Naoki Urasawa will do these relatively, like Pluto, do these relatively short stories. Where it's kind of like, there we go. Blood Alone is a manga that I was impressed by in terms of how it dealt with the whole vampire concept, particularly by having a vampire who is a young girl. And no, it doesn't get creepy. Because it explores the idea of, what if you're a vampire and you can't age and you're 12? You can't go out alone at night. People will start saying, well, why is that little girl? There's interesting stuff in Blood Alone. And unfortunately, the publication stopped for some reason. There was a hiatus. I don't know why. But I was finally able to get the next couple of volumes on this. So looking forward to moving forward on that. A little more trepidation on this front. Barefoot Gen, a manga about the survivors of Hiroshima. Yay. And so I got through the first 2 volumes, and now I've got the next 2 volumes. I think there are a total of 10 or 12 of these. So, Kingyo Used Books, a celebration of manga and reading. Not a bad thing. So, Volume 2. Vagabond Volume 2, a classic. You see a trend here of shonen. So, lots of, people with swords and things striking at each other. Very Bleach, that kind of thing. Only serious and dark and thoughtful. Sometimes. And finally, every volume I could find that I don't already own of Phoenix, and it's not hideously expensive. The problem is some volumes of this are just really hard to find, and they've gotten to be 60 bucks, things like that. So I just went and I grabbed every volume I could find that is available, because this is considered the masterwork of Osamu Tezuka, the godfather of manga and anime. So you can finally get through all of that is at least available, and hopefully the other volumes will become available at some point. So that's it for me for this month. How about you? What have you bought recently?